Greetings and welcome back to the Fate of Drakkenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes weekly D&D 5th edition actual play campaign. My name is Monty Martin, running our game as Dungeon Master.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin, playing Wilhelm von Kessel, the human swashbuckler rogue. And we're joined today by our good friends.
Jill Denitis playing Rudy Whitaker, the Shifter Eldritch Knight.
And Joe O'Gorman playing Wrath, the Azamar Warlock.
Thank you for joining us once again. As always, Kelly and I create tons of great content over on YouTube for our channel, Dungeon Dudes, where we cover advice for players and guides for Dungeon Masters, so be sure to check that all out.
You can also join us on Tuesday evenings when we broadcast the campaign on Twitch. You can check us out from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube or check us out as an audio-only podcast.
And with that, let us return to the world of Drakkenheim.
Drakkenheim is no more. The devastation which fell upon that accursed place left a kingdom in ruin. Now, horrors lurking in the haze grow ever more great and terrible, while simmering tensions between rival factions boil over into outright war. The power of monarchs, mages, and priests hangs in the balance. 6 unlikely heroes join forces to confront the coming chaos. They shall decide, once and for all, the fate of Drakkenheim.
When last we left our heroes, Wilhelm, Rudy, and Wrath had returned to the village of Tierhaven, following the trails of the apothecaries from Altbrook University. Returning to Rudy's own home, they found the place somewhat ransacked and evidence that her son Corbin had been there with another group of apothecaries from the university. Speaking to the new sheriff / former butcher, as well as the owner of the Dewdrop Tap House, our heroes deduced that the apothecaries had arrived in several waves as far back ago as 6 weeks ago, and that they had also not only spent time at Rudy's home, but they had also gone to the Ochtenwald Observatory. Following that trail, our heroes went to the observatory to find that it had been broken into, its magical wards broken, and that several creations of Everett Freed had been left behind to attack them. These hideous blends of metal and flesh made from dead bodies savagely attacked our heroes, but they managed to defeat them. They are now in the first floor of the tower, of the observatory tower itself. To recap, the observatory is several floors tall, tipped off with an arcane lens that can be used to observe the heavens in the principle of as above, so below, used to track the ley lines and loci of magical power found throughout the world. As you begin exploring the tower, the sun is starting to set and dark storm clouds come over Tierhaven, and a thick rain begins to fall as lightning and thunder rumbles in the distance.
Do you think Everett Freed knows that we killed these monstrosities?
You mean like a link that us showing up here maybe somehow alerted him magically?
I'm wondering why he would have left them here, to prevent us from using this thing, or to know if we were after him, that we'd come here.
You're the one who encountered Everett Freed. Do you think he would know that we would follow him?
Oh, he knows. We made sure not to promise that we weren't coming after him, and I think he knows my son's in the bunch.
Well, we have to assume then that we are working with time is not on our side. The apothecaries may be aware that we are on their trail. and we should just work under that assumption to be safe. Before we head any further, though, into Wrath's observatory, I think at least Wrath and I need some aid.
Yes, we have been struck by many blows. I did reach into the mind of one of these creatures, and there was nothing. It was almost as if it was a step below lifeless. They appear to be just parts. I do not know how they are able to. They must not know the difference between friend and foe, although it would explain if there is a link between Everett Freed and these creatures. Can I cast Speak with Dead on a construct? On like a machine?
So these creatures were constructs, but before they were constructs, they have been built from flesh.
Ooh.
And so there is a body remaining of these creatures. However, if they were transformed into such creatures, when you converse with them, they would be speaking as the person that it once was, not necessarily the construct that you just destroyed. Thus, the creature itself, thus the person that you communicate with, wouldn't be the construct, but would represent the person. Like,
it would also have to be within 10 days of it.
No, speak with dead. Technically, I will allow it in this case, but who you're going to be speaking with is essentially going to be whatever person was used to make this creature, and very clearly they're dead. Yeah. And so, whatever process happened to them, they would have possibly died before or during that, before turning into a construct of this type.
Yeah. We could maybe learn who they were, where they were taken from, but it might as well just have been Altbrook, where the majority of the science, where the alchemy was conducted. I was just trying to see if when I wouldn't be able to tell, like, when I tried to take over its mind, I couldn't tell if it was like being controlled, could I?
Give me an Arcana check.
27.
Okay. Examining the bodies and conferring with Bruce, as Bruce laps up some of the gray matter of these creatures.
Good boy.
It is not correct to say that these creatures were controlled so much as they were programmed. So whoever created these machines, which machines is perhaps a more accurate way of describing them than anything else, for they use the human tissue as a part of their mechanical apparatus. Whoever created these essentially removed the mind and replaced it with what it needed, what they wanted it to do. So it's possible that these things would obey the commands and the programming that they were given, but not necessarily, and so they're not controlled, they're just programmed to obey whatever instructions they are given by their creator. And so they weren't attacking each other, but ostensibly they would obey their creator, but not necessarily, they still function autonomously from their creator.
And all that. I think there could be more. I do agree with Wilhelm. We should take a moment to gather ourselves. If there are more, we should be prepared.
Do you want me to use my axe?
Yeah, sure. That would be wonderful.
Like to kill bad guys.
No, to heal.
Oh, right.
How long has it been since we came back from the university? Like, how much travel time?
It's been like at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, I had many nights of insanity.
Eating towels
Oh,
and
yes.
such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they gain a certain amount of slots back during like each moonrise. So, or is it moonrise? Hold on.
Yeah, your axe will be
Daily.
fully charged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can use.
I need about 60. Like 58 would be full for me.
Do you want me to? I guess if I use it twice,
Then
one
we
on
each
each
get
of you.
70.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would that
wow.
be enough?
Okay, yeah.
Or like if you need more than 70.
I think I'm good.
I'll take 55, and you can take the other 15.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay, that's great. And then
Because you need some too.
I mean,
Yeah.
70 gets me right to max.
Nice.
So I have 2.
That's like a double-edged axe.
It is literally double edged.
Yeah, it heals and
2
it
edges on the sides of the
Heals
axe,
and
yes.
harms.
heals and harms.
And then I'm gonna take one of my greater healing potions.
Well, thanks, Rudy.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you, Rudy.
It's weird that you just showed me your axe and suddenly all my wounds have disappeared. It's magic.
It literally is magic.
Oh, that
Yeah, it's pretty common. She's done it before too.
it's fascinating. Back in my day, you had to use stitches and
You just died.
mostly, yes.
What would you all like to do next?
Shall we explore the rest of this tower?
I'm gonna take Bruce to. I'm gonna sort of like let Bruce sort of like stalk up the stairs to check out the next part.
Okay. You can put the second level on top of the third level and place your miniatures and up over there.
We're sending Bruce up first to
Yeah,
make sure it's safe.
Bruce is.
Still big cat.
So,
Yeah, he's got about an hour, right?
yeah.
Yeah, he's big boy. I'll go first. I'll go behind Bruce. It's. I'm sorry my place isn't bigger, okay, guys? I'm sorry.
The second floor,
I'm not
the
sorry.
study, echoes the disruption of the room below. Although Wrath never kept this room meticulously ordered, the bookshelves are desolate. Their contents are swept onto the floor in torn pages and broken bindings. And among the ruins, many of the valuable tomes that were kept here lie open, their pages fluttering softly in the disturbed air. There is a desk that has been mangled. Drawers have been ripped open, their contents spilling everywhere. Ink pots have been toppled over, and their contents are spilled over many of the paper and staining the desk. In this room also was a small magic circle in the stone floor that is eerily untouched. The lines and symbols of it are filled with an assortment of luminescent dust, and that glows softly. And so this magic circle is not destroyed, and it would have been a foci for various rituals or experiments that you could have performed here, such as summoning Bruce.
Summoning food for Bruce.
And it is still intact.
And banishing any of his fecal matter. Because I didn't want to clean it up. So I
I
would
can
just send it
see.
to another dimension. There's a dimension that is just, you do not want to go. It's basically a dump. Anyways, it's exactly how I left it. Complete disarray.
Why? Somebody's obviously rifled through all of your things. You must important texts maybe on the shelves, or did you have anything of value in these drawers?
My bird drawings! And I scramble to check out the tomes and stuff. So I assume that there's plenty of tomes, yeah, from the academy. And is there any pattern to the... Like, I'm going to try to find, then, the manual to run the tower.
Would have been
Further up?
upstairs.
Okay. What were they looking for?
You said that pages had been ripped out of books. Can I look around and try to see specifically if there's like a group of books that have clearly been rifled through.
Give me an investigation check.
That's going to be 22.
Okay. One of the bookshelves and the sets of books here are the record of astronomical observations in the tower. Wrath was not someone that necessarily did his job here. But
my predecessor.
And
he was a good
interestingly enough, his predecessor, Grummelskin, also was not necessarily a good keeper either. But there are several, because Grummelskin eventually got involved with all that stuff with delirium, so many of the records you don't start to find good, consistent records kept until about 20 years ago.
You gotta go back.
But there have been a series of observatory keepers that have done their jobs and kept records in here indicating what they knew about the Octenwald. And so several of the records that are here indicate various attempts throughout history, and this seems to be the predominant preoccupation of many mages prior to Grummelskin and Wrath. This tower, very specifically, was trying to look for signs of the lair of Trethesia or the elven ruins of Aetheria. And so a collection of many of the books here describe the artifacts that are rumored to be there, magical signatures that were detected. And what you'll see is as you rifle through some of the pages, you'll come to someone, like, you just look through it, and one of the mages is reporting, like, very prominent things. I think that we might have something here, and then you turn the page, and that the page where the mage is describing what they found or where it was located is torn out, right? As if someone went through it and they found, like, where they were very clearly going through the clues of the assembled knowledge that it was here previously to try to triangulate where some of these important locations were. But in going through you find a lot of information about what was, like, the various rumors that are supposed to be here. There is talk of Trethesia, the forest serpent, the green dragon that is rumored to live in the Octenwald, as well as the notes that Trethesia does have a small brood, so that there are some younger dragons that are Trethesia's children, as well as Trethesia having noted to have some half-dragon progeny that are known to dwell in the woods, as well as connections with fey creatures, and encounters with a curious creation. And a wizard notes very descriptively in one of these things that the dragons are known to create their own special types of minions to serve them. These creatures are known as kobolds. And so, according to the wizard's research, a dragon can... all the dragons are asexual creatures, and so they can lay their own eggs. And dragon eggs that do not hatch into true dragons become kobolds. And so, according to this wizard's research, they describe how dragons choose to spawn true dragon children only very occasionally because they know that their children will grow in power to rival them. So a dragon can also lay eggs that will become kobolds that are usually raised to serve the dragon as very obedient children. And so the wizard notes several encounters with the kobolds of Trethesia throughout the woods, noting how many of these kobolds were actually quite proficient in illusion magic themselves, mirroring that of their progenitor. And that they have craftily hidden this. And so one of the wizard's notes, there's suspicions that Trethesia lairs in the elven ruins, and that the dragon's presence is what has masked the elven ruins from the academy. because the dragon is such a powerful illusionist.
So, flipping through this book that has lots of missing pages, the people that we're after, the apothecaries, are going to have a lot more information than we have. We're going to be hunting a secret hidden location, possibly masked by illusion magic, multiple possible dragons, and a possible army of little dragonling kobolds as well.
The two other notes remain in the books of things of, in addition to, one of the other sets of notes basically describes what one Academy Mage believes were the three biggest loci of power located in the Octenwald. The first being the dragon themselves. The second is the heartwood of Etheria, Elenthalis, the Evertree, rumored to be a colossal tree at the heart of the ancient elven city that survived, that perhaps survives even to this day. The elven city was ravaged by the Sorcerer Kings, and the remnants of it were eventually destroyed by Vladimir von Draken. And then the city was lost to ruin. But all records indicate that the Evertree did survive. It's not until after these events that Trithasia appears on the scene. Trithasia themselves being a dragon that managed to elude the domination of Vladimir von Draken. The other artifact that several of the mages speculate still remains in the ruins. One mage in particular, one of the books, the author seems absolutely obsessed with this, is an ancient artifact known as Varenthorn, the crown blade of the elves. That the author speculates Varenthorn is one of the few artifacts that the elves genuinely believe came across the elf gates with them. And according to legend, the blade bears the souls of the elven kings and queens of old.
Wow. But the good news is, if we're looking for the dragon who is said to rest in the elven ruins, which is probably the most likely place to keep a sacred elven blade, then the concentration of power should be obvious. Instead of it being broken apart, we should be looking for one mass of three.
Indeed, that's what many of the scholars write, which is why they speculate that the dragon's power very specifically has concealed the ruins.
Now, if it's being concealed, would there be other power where it almost looks like an empty spot?
I don't know the power of dragons.
You see, my friends, Bruce granted me the power of foresight by deliberately not leaving good notes. I have given them a false sense of hope in discovering the real tomb of the dragon. For we will now be able to use the lens to discover its whereabouts. I have purposefully misled them.
But Wrath, we want to find them, not the dragon.
I mean, they're heading to the dragon.
Unless they're finding the dragon. If they are going to find a dragon, then we got to go to the dragon.
We
but if
find
not,
the dragon first.
Where did you lead them off if you led them in the wrong direction, Wrath?
They are so lost that not even I can find them.
Clever.
That's how clever I am. That's like I'm 17 steps ahead of these guys.
Well, then you tell us, Wrath, which path you've led them on.
We must go up to the observatory.
As we do that, I'm going to look out the window and, okay. Just a thought. As I'm looking out the window towards the Octenwald
Nailed it.
Forest, we're up on a hill.
Yes.
This heartwood, this gargantuan, massive tree, in theory, would stick up above the forest in some capacity.
Yes. Absolutely correct.
Unless it was masked by illusion.
Yeah, but there's no harm in me looking out the window to see.
Yeah.
There is. For
You see me about to look out the window, and you're like, "Do not look." Why? Why, Raph?
no, you can look.
All right, I look out the window to try to see if I can see an exceptionally large tree.
So the answer, can you see exceptionally large trees? The Octenwald is ancient.
Yeah.
And the trees there are towering. And stretching out, and the forest itself stretches out for hundreds of kilometers. So even with this vantage point that you have from the top of and even were you at the top of the observatory, you might not be able to see far enough into the forest to even see something very large. Just think of it like this. If you're in Kitchener-Waterloo, even if you're on a very tall building in Kitchener-Waterloo, you can't see the CN Tower.
I also love how after like hundreds of years of observation, you didn't think anyone just looked out for a big tree. Like I love that was your like wizards, like a lineage of wizards never just thought, well, we should just look outside for a big tree. And with your one eye,
I'm,
like you're the least equipped.
I have tenacity.
Like that's insulting to me and the entire academy.
Okay, Raph, have you ever looked out to see if you could see a big tree?
I
Have you?
told you. I look up for birds all the time.
And have you seen an exceptionally large tree?
No, it never came up. I'm just surprised that you think you would just spot it right now. Like you were just gonna find. You're like, oh, it's been there the whole time.
I just looked out your window, Raph, to see what I could see. What harm is there? I'm just observing. Jeez.
Well, did
We'll
you
help
see
you
the...
insult the academy.
You're an insult to the academy. When was the last time you even turned this tower on? Do
I
you
don't
even
know.
know how to find the tree?
I have to look.
I'm
at
doing more work than you.
I just have to find the manual. I know I left it upstairs.
I will say, Rath, at least, sometimes the academy might overcomplicate things. It was a simple thought, You never know if you just see a tree.
Oh, it's right over there.
I glanced out the window and you're just
The sacred
ripping
blade
into
of blah 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 is right over there. It was just right over there the whole time. 50 years, just sat there. Sorry,
Are you guys
sorry,
okay?
Wilhelm. Sorry, Wilhelm. I didn't mean to. It's just after being mauled by a creature with blades, it's just a little bit of. But thank you for looking out for the tree, and we can now go upstairs.
Yeah, it wasn't there.
Wow, really? Oh man, it's too bad. Thought you were gonna find it. Well, I guess I'll have to use the observatory. Oh man, I thought you had it.
Raph, why? Wilhelm, absolutely defeated.
You didn't even use like a periscope or anything.
Raph, this wounds me worse than the blades that I just had in my gut. You have wounded me. You know what? Fine. You find the tree. I'm not helping anymore.
You can help. You can
No.
help. I want
No.
your help. I want your help.
I don't want to help. Go use your lens.
Well, get up the stairs. We're helping. You help.
Yes,
Don't worry.
Okay,
You
Rudy,
help.
Rudy, you were
Okay.
you had some very fine logic. You said to look for where there might be if there's a very magical forest, it might be in a place where it's obvious, where there's almost like a void of magic.
Yeah, I think, this whole, like, above and below, is there a spot where there's, like, a... where it might be missing on the stars? Is there a big blank space of stars that shouldn't be blank? Or does the above actually reflect the below? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
It's very clever. Especially if the dragon is trying to mask it, it might overcompensate for the power that it's trying to hide.
Heading up to the 3rd floor, the bedroom, the signs of a ruthless intrusion continue. The once plush canopy bed has had its curtains ripped apart. The fine linens lay strewn about. The embroidered symbols of arcane protection are shattered. A wooden wardrobe holding Wrath's vast array of garments has been had all its contents torn open and discarded all around the room, and there are broken trinkets and maybe some personal keepsakes, some hats, littering the floor. There's a vanity that was once crafted from enchanted silverwood, and it has been scratched and the mirror shattered.
You don't seem like a hat guy.
I left them all here.
I will say, compared to my house, they were quite nice to my abode. They really took a number on yours.
Yes, they were definitely after something. Something.
No, it wasn't your
anything.
hats.
My vast collection of hats. For I am the... Never mind.
Queen of Thieves.
Queen
Yeah,
of Thieves!
Queen of Thieves!
Wrath, you're trying out this whole comedy bit and
No, it's failing.
the humor.
No, I'm just...
You have all this nice clothes and you've been wearing the same robes for a year.
Yeah. I can change my appearance at will, so it doesn't really matter what I wear.
You should still change sometimes.
He changes all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wear the same coat for like 30 years.
You know, I'm
40
trying
years.
to, I'm trying to get back at Wrath, and clearly it's not going well.
You'll find your moment. Just take a breath.
You
see
smell bad, is what I was saying.
I know.
Oh, this reminds me of when you two first met.
Aw.
It does. We were right here.
Back here.
Well,
Ish.
ish.
Area.
Did you continue up?
Yes.
The 4th floor is where the stairs lead up to the observatory level. Okay? So, you can remove the first half of the top.
This
Yep.
top?
Yep. And then take out that little rafter there. This goes in the middle, but please switch it off.
Hey, do you want to go on?
Upon the 4th floor, the observatory houses the arcane apparatus, a blend of mechanics and magic that once controlled the lenses at the top of the tower. The whole room here is in disarray. Gears and cogs are scattered, crystal switches broken, dials twisted out of place. The central console, once pulsing with magical energy, sits inert. The crystal ball at the heart of the console is dormant, its usually luminescent core reduced to a dull shimmer. Bundles of star map scrolls, once arranged all around, have been unceremoniously tossed aside, their charts marred by scuff marks and careless footprints. Fragments of shattered lenses, their otherworldly glow extinguished, glimmer in the scattered light.
I frantically run to the controls and start checking them because I feel like I've used it once, maybe twice, and not even. And you know, I'm flipping gears, and like I assume nothing's happening.
As you examine the console, there is a possibility. If you reassemble some of the parts, and maybe if a few were jury-rigged or improvised, and you reinvigorate this with some of your magic, you might be able to get it to function once again. But someone has very deliberately tried to sabotage this so no one else can use it. The gears and cogs, many of them have their integrity, but they might need to be put back in place. And some of the lenses look like they might actually still be able to be replaced or put back in or substituted for other bits of glass. So with a careful and deliberate effort, you may be able to restore the functionality of the crystal ball and actually get the apparatus working again.
I have rope.
However, give me an Arcana check.
Oh, that's not great. I get an 11.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be totally fine. Like, as long as you cast a couple spells and send some more magic powered into this, you'll probably be able to repair it without any problems whatsoever, and definitely not raising the ire of any cosmic entities in the process.
Yeah, I think I can absolutely fix this. I just need a little bit of time. I have the mending spell, I have Bruce, and I have you two, my faithful companions. Together, we can fix this magical eye thingy. Now, where did I put that cog? And I'm going to start to attempt to reverse the damage that was done to my precious telescope.
Several of the pieces are quite large. Some of them are bent out of shape. There's lots of different work that can be done. But yes, you feel like you could lead the effort to repair it.
Like mending can't fix magic, but it can fix metal. It can fix potentially some of the glass as long as this doesn't have magical properties. And then it's just about maybe infusing it with something.
I have a hammer.
All of these are important. Wilhelm, I know you wish to find the tree. We will find it together. What I do need is your help now to repair this. This might be our only chance to find where Corbin and the others have gone.
All right, I'll do my part, and I start hitting the gears with the hammer.
Perfect.
Just tell me what you need me to lift. I won't know what to do with all these.
Let's start with the biggest things, and then we'll work our way to the smallest.
Oh, and then we have a montage, and we're like working together as a team, sweating and lifting. And
I hold something, you hammer it.
we pass it to Rudy, who lifts it into place. It's like the camera's panning across. We're getting like a beautiful montage of us.
I'm welding, but like with like the light spell or something. And so like I put like my face guard down, and it's sparks are coming.
I walk by and like nod.
Yeah.
We fist bump.
You like.
I prestidigitate the sweat out.
Yeah. I was like, you have to brush the sweat from my brow.
Awesome. Are there any other spells that you would like to use or cast that might aid the repairs beyond mending?
Guidance, mending.
I can polymorph into a small dragon.
I mean, actually,
I can fire.
Wilhelm, can you find the manual provided by the Academy? I know they gave me something when I was first taking Rain, or one of the Academy mages of past must have written down when they had to do repairs or resolve issues, some kind of guide to help us.
I try to find the IKEA construction manual. Wait, what's the magical IKEA?
Yes, there was an ancient manual written by an Academy mage known as Alan Keyes.
Yes. Yes, if you can find the great magician Keys, he holds the manual.
You could say he holds the keys to our success.
Yeah.
I'm going to search for the manual of Allen Keys.
Okay. And what are you going to do, Rudy?
I'm just holding heavy things until I'm needed.
There actually is a lot of debris that needs to be moved around and put back into place.
Okay.
So in that case, Wrath, are there any other leveled spells that you would like to cast?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let's see what I got.
Ooh, I wonder if... Do I know of anybody at the academy who would know how to fix this?
Is Allen Keys still alive?
No, he was one of the previous lighthouse keepers of centuries ago.
Like, is there like a...
You could certainly send to River and Eldrick and ask them.
Because I was thinking I could use Dream to, like, reach out to one of the...
There is one person who definitely would know how to fix it. Your dad.
Oh, I'm not asking him for help. He'll just, like, belittle me. God, I'd rather deal with the cosmic blah, blah, blah. What else? I mean, comprehend languages or identify if any of those, like if I'm trying to read ancient script or ruins, identify to understand the importance of the piece that I'm holding.
But you don't have any spells like fabricate or animate objects or anything like that? No.
No.
Okay. All right.
Well, I can prestidigitate where I can create non-magical trinkets. Or...
Screws. Missing
what
screws.
you create with prestidigitation isn't permanent, though.
No.
Okay. That's all right. Who would you like to give guidance to for their check?
If we need tools or something, I can...
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Wilhelm.
Okay. So, Rudy, you can give me a raw strength check. Wilhelm, you can give me an investigation check. And Wrath, you can give me an arcana check.
Let's try to roll better than
13.
1.
What do we got?
24.
25.
13.
Okay. Rudy, you're able to move most of the parts around, but it's actually slow work on your part. The battle before kind of took a lot out of you, and so bringing in and tidying things up, because a lot of the debris actually does need to be moved out of the way before the repairs can actually start properly. In fact, one of the big problems is this big truss from the above had collapsed down, and you have to lift that sort of out of the way and figure out, like, try to navigate it through out the window and onto the balcony and move all these parts out of the way.
Pivot.
And
So-
we're of no help.
Yeah, and these two are useless in that
I just
respect.
realized I couldn't big Rudy this, but it's fine.
It's all right. Wilhelm, you are able to find the manual of Allen Keys. It seems like it was paged through, and of all the things that you would have expected maybe they would have destroyed, it seems like Allen Keys, knowing that an extra copy would be a prudent backup, had actually created a second copy of the book and hidden it in a compartment in here. So you actually find a destroyed copy, but searching around a little bit more, you find a second copy of the manual that is intact.
Great work, Wilhelm.
Nice.
And Wrath, you are able to focus in on the arcane components of the tower and identifying the most important parts and the ones that still have magical power in them. You're able to bring those together in place. What you know, however, is that in order to reactivate the tower, a total of 10 levels worth of spell slots will need to be powered into the tower. Basically to restart the magic of the apparatus.
As a warlock, I do still have 2 5th level pact slots left. I could consume the rest of my. So I could do it alone, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. It would cost both your slots.
Am I able? I'm not a magic user, but I have a magic cloak. Am I able to channel the magic from the cloak in? Or does it have to be cast spells?
If it is from a charged magic item, I'm willing to accept that. But if it's the magic cloak, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I
Are you sure? I have 3rd level spells.
No, it was my burden. This tower is I am charged with keeping it safe. Those that broke in have damaged not only the tower itself, but my personal possessions and the reputation of the academy. I will restore it to its former glory. Thank you for your help. But I can do this part.
Okay. So, I'm just going to tell you one more thing. When you expend the spell slots, you've done all the repairs that you can locally. Takes what I'm going to just say for narrative purposes is that the repairs actually do take you all a full day. Right? So you're able to take a long rest during this time. But the effort does take an entire day to complete.
Okay. So we long rest, then we do the whole thing.
The damage to the tower and to the apparatus is such that here's the part that even with your successes and everything, here's the part that's the bad news. Essentially, the energy source for the tower, that type of repair will could probably take months to properly fix. But you've been able to restore the tower to the point that with 10 levels worth of spell slots, you can jumpstart the tower for an hour.
I do have a suggestion then, because I do have an almost perfect sphere of delirium, the Pearl of Power. Mm-hmm. If I were to sacrifice this into the tower, would that help?
To build it into the tower?
Yeah.
Okay. If you wish to build that into the tower and sacrifice the magic item, so it'll be gone,
and it'll be part of the tower,
then I will only need 5 levels worth of spell slots to jumpstart the tower.
Okay. So I will use the Pearl of Power. Not just use it, but I will...
It's gone. Yeah. Basically, it's now part of the apparatus.
Okay.
Before you activate this thing, Wrath, I know you haven't operated this tower much in the past, but I believe that together, with you leading us, we will be able to find these locations. Am I inspiring us at all? Or do you guys feel inspired? Mm-hmm. I think we can do this. You've done great work here. Good ingenuity with the Pearl of Power thinking. You're a smart guy.
Thanks. And after all those things I said about you,
have 18 temporary HP.
I accept. What about?
You too.
What about?
Thank
Yeah, there will be 0 consequences from using this lens that we fixed together with all of our knowledge.
None whatsoever.
Yeah. I have full
minimum expertise.
Yeah. No, I mean, actually, I think, putting stuff back together is just like killing zombies.
With our combined intelligence, I'm sure we've done this flawlessly.
Wait, 0 plus 0?
Plus 1 plus 1.
Okay, so with the use of 5 levels worth of spells, you can activate it for 1 hour.
I make that noise. what actually happens?
I think that that's an appropriate noise for it to make. So, one requirement for the tower is that it does need to be used at night.
Turn it off! Do we at least know
Yes,
that?
yes.
Okay, thank goodness.
It is
Turn it on midday.
You're like about to turn it on. Like here in the manual, only operational at night.
yeah. As an observatory, yeah. Because it is used to read the stars, so that it can
That's come up a lot. Yeah.
Question.
But it's stormy out.
Well,
a day has passed.
Right.
question though, do you think it's going to give off a signal that we're using it?
At this point, we're working on the assumption that they already know we're coming. They had sentries here for some reason.
They did.
Whether or not we need to know the location.
There's a difference between knowing we're coming and announcing using a bright light and
From
magic.
what I know about usage
But
of
we do
the machine, is it like a... Can you describe the apparatus that we use to like observe? Is it like...
So there's essentially the big crystal ball there is what you place your hands on, and essentially it's like a powerful scrying system that is designed to watch the stars. So what you observe through and what you watch and control it from is the crystal ball. You rotate the crystal ball and the lens up above turns, pans, and tilts to look at the stars, and then the arcane apparatus, thereby focusing your magical energy, you're able to peer at the stars and read magical auras through the crystal ball.
Can we observe it as a team?
Yes, as long as one person is operating the device who is able to cast spells, any observers that are nearby are able to watch it.
And then finally, from the notes left over, even the mishmash of like broken records, is there at least like a starting point that we could find?
Yeah, so from the mishmash of magical records, obviously the device is pointed at the night sky. And so you're reasonably confident that with the physical location of Tierhaven and the searching that has been done, anything that you're looking for is probably going to be to the west. Between and that kind of like cone between between west northwest and west southwest.
Okay.
Right? To put more precise degrees on it, like there's actually like the degrees of latitude of that, so you know that there's a range of observation that it is believed to be in, and so anything that's on the east side of the star maps or on the extreme north or the extreme south, that's right out, because you know that it's not all like the rumors and everything and all the knowledge of where Aetheria and the dragon are to the west of Tierhaven, and the bulk of the observation has always focused in that direction, right?
So we have a nice dinner. And then we...
I take some time on the balcony looking out over the forest to see if there's any trees, just prominent landmarks.
What do you find?
There's some tall trees out there.
Yeah.
Could be any one of them.
Maybe you could start... No, you know what? Thank you for that. Thank you for that scouting report.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Now
I think our best bet is to observe west.
Yeah, I would agree. Does the manual of Allen Keys mention have any dire warnings in it?
It says that you should definitely have 2 people fixing, not 1. Lay down a mat. A screwdriver may be required. These little characters are very adorable. Are there any warnings in the Book of Allen Keys?
Yes, there are warnings in the Book of Allen Keys. The Book of Allen Keys does warn that the apparatus has been very carefully crafted to monitor celestial energies and calibrated specifically so that it can do so without arousing the ire of entities that lurk beyond the stars in the process.
You've done the proper calibrations?
Yep.
All right, then I think we're good to go.
Yep. I think we're good.
If you get them wrong, we might have to. We might be reaching out to entities beyond the stars.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
grab. Yeah.
All right. So, here's what you can sort of imagine. As the apparatus springs into function, you hear the heaving of the metal gears as the focusing lens at the top spins into position. And what happens is the sort of the pincer that you can see on the physical model there, it rotates around, and as it does, magical fields of force appear in a telescoping line to observe the stars above. And a thin, and so what it actually does is emit this thin cone out into the cosmos. And so from a distance, for the observers watching, it's almost like the searchlight of a lighthouse scanning the stars themselves. And so the octarine beam watches across the stars as it scans about, looking through space. And as you do so, the crystal ball before you, the image of the stars and the constellations appears before you. And as you do so, you are able to sort of pull and rotate the crystal ball such that you can specify what area of the Earth below you wish to observe the stars of. And the manual notes that essentially there are a set of signs that you can look for that tell you the various types of magic and the concentrations of magic that you are seeing in that spot. And so essentially, however brightly it glows corresponds to whatever magic is possibly there.
So we're looking, because of the illusions, we're looking for an empty pocket. Because is the whole Octenwald appear to be mildly...
Yes. The whole... and even... What's interesting about this apparatus as well is that it reminds you a little bit of the device that you found not far from the Elven Tower, in that when it's lit up, you can see Drakkenheim in it very clearly, and the vestiges of delirium. And so the impact of those things is very, very clear. But there is a level of background magic that is all across the Octenwald. But as you observe carefully, the three of you can sort of work together as you look through this. And so I'm wondering what you're each looking... So you're looking for this empty pocket in there, in the above. And so I can get each of you to give me any one of the following: survival, history, arcana, or perception.
Okay, I'm in perception.
I'm gonna do Arcana.
All right.
I'm doing history.
23 on perception.
16 on history.
25 on Arcana.
Okay. The first thing that the group of you detect is a very curious pathway. You can almost imagine that there is a concentration of magic all throughout the whole Octenwald. But then there is this very thin wedge of absence that begins quite widely and narrows into a point about 120 kilometers away from Tierhaven.
I imagine that we have a map of like West Tamar
Yes,
or something.
So we're gonna start.
I'm going to pull it out and I start drawing exactly where that wedge is on our map so that we have that.
Yeah, yeah. As you do so, however, you hear this wrenching, wailing noise as something in the apparatus begins going a little haywire. And you feel a disturbance as with a very as you hear it, Wilhelm, you look out the window to see materializing in the evening void are creatures whose mere presence sends shivers through your bones.
Is that a large tree? Oh, no, it's not.
A bizarre cosmic horror descends upon the tower, eerily wailing, filling the air as its tendrils begin to envelop around the apparatus to sort of attract it to the cosmic beacon it represents, like a moth to a flame.
Uh-oh.
Raph, did you
A
do the
maddening
calculations?
amalgamation of shapes and shadows undulates and distorts as if not fully bound to this reality. The star spawn soars with an eerie grace, its movements disturbingly fluid, as if the air around it surrenders to its alien will. And bursting forth comes my creature.
Oh, this is what Alan was warning us about.
Raph, did you do the calibration?
My calculations were perfect,
I don't
according to,
And yet,
according to me. But I don't have anyone to check them. So
nobody
Yeah.
to double check your homework.
yeah. Did you guys check the calibration?
I don't understand any of this.
Yeah. I could have been totally
What's a
off.
calibration?
It just, I don't even know what that means. It just says in here, make sure the calibrations are correct or you will pull in beings from beyond the stars.
Oh no.
Wilhelm bursts in from the balcony. I mean, I guess I wasn't on there because I was tracing the map.
And then you looked out the window and you
Yeah.
see this thing coming.
I hear a screech, I look up. Uh-oh. I look out another window and there's like more of them and I'm like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Guys, we are surrounded by things.
What things?
Yeah.
No, what what
Quiet,
things?
Wilhelm. I'm trying to.
Do you still need the map?
What is it?
No, I'm asking, do you still need the map?
This map?
The star map.
We haven't found. Have we found it?
We are dealing with our greatest foe. Tentacles. They foiled us at every turn. They've tried to eat my brain so many times.
I knew this was a bad idea. I knew I shouldn't have been put in charge.
You're fine.
We're fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Right?
Are we rolling initiative?
We are rolling for initiative.
Is
or
it-
are we making friends?
Rudy got 14.
Ooh.
I got 11. Wrath has an 11.
I need them to come closer.
I have a 21. Wilhelm. That's my name.
All I heard after that.
Okay,
was, "Don't
Wilhelm
worry
has
about
21.
11.
11 for Raph.
it." 14.
14 for Ruby.
I'm very busy.
All right, Wilhelm, you are the first to appear. So you see two much larger creatures that are undulating forms of tentacles and masses, and then three smaller winged mutated creatures with energy reverberating around them, all coming towards the tower.
From inside, are there these slit windows along?
Yes, yep.
So through one of the slit windows, I see this creature coming towards us here, and I'm going to use steady aim to line my crossbow up, and I'm going to try to fire right at its large eye.
Okay.
So that's going to give me advantage. That's so close. That's going to be a 29.
That is a hit, yeah.
And I'm going to use sneak attack.
The shot lands true, piercing through the alien flesh of the creature.
I hate tentacles. 27 damage.
Nice.
Oof. Okay.
And I turn around after firing the shot. I'm like, we have company. Get in battle positions.
Alrighty. The two large, undulating cosmic horrors float and bob towards the tower. The first one simply screeches, its wail reverberating through the room, shaking the tower and sending a cosmic disturbance all throughout the midst of it. And I need Constitution saving throws from all of you.
Oh no.
That's going to be a lucky roll.
21.
Okay. 21 from Rudy.
That's going to be a lucky roll.
11.
21.
You two succeed and take 20 points of force damage. You fail and take 40.
Oh gosh. Thank you for the temporary HP.
Yeah.
Ah! Is it
Force
like
damage.
psychic, or is it...
It is actually reverberating in your eardrums, and it's force damage.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's like tinnitus.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh.
It's bad. The other creature sends strange pulses out from the edges of its tentacles, targeting each of you with various magical beams. I need a Constitution saving throw from Wrath. I need a Dexterity saving throw from Rudy. And I need a Strength saving throw from Wilhelm.
Oh, come on.
I get a 17.
You succeed.
I got a 15.
You succeed.
Oh, okay.
I got a 19.
You all succeed.
Oh, nice.
So, Wilhelm, do not take force damage, and you are not pushed 30 feet. Wrath, you do not take cold damage, and you are not frozen in a block of ice.
That's really good.
And Rudy, you do not. You take 10 fire damage, but you are not set on fire.
Yay.
Holy moly.
And with that, Rudy, it is your turn.
That was a surprising group of rolls, everybody. Good job.
Yeah, I really needed that. Especially after the force damage.
Okay. And we can see them.
Yeah.
Can we reach them now?
Is there a door?
There is a door.
Is Bruce just gone though? Bruce
Yeah.
and yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah,
They took
Houdini's-
40 some damage, right?
Houdini's gone.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, can I make my way over to this one?
The door is on this side, so that
Oh.
would be like 5, 10, 15, 20. What's your movement?
That's 30.
So you get about there.
Or can I reach the other one?
You can reach the
Are they
other
close enough to the edge?
I will say that they're close enough that you can attack them with disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll attack the big one. Okay.
A 14 to 16 with disadvantage on the dice, not too bad.
Yeah, 22.
That does land. That is not the one that Wilhelm damaged.
Yeah.
No.
Correct.
24 damage.
Reaching out, overextending your reach to strike at this creature's alien tissue. You land a hit. How much damage?
22.
22.
So 16 to hit.
Also a hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
The second
plus
swing comes right back around, and you're able to slice through one of the tentacles.
28 damage.
Okay.
And then last one. Oh! That was a 20 turned into a 5, so that's actually, it's 13 to hit, technically. Nah, okay.
No.
All right.
So you lost your crit.
It's okay. And then for my bonus action. No, I'll leave it as is. There we are.
Okay. That's all from you then, Rudy?
That's it. I'm trying to chop off tentacles. One by one.
Okay. Well, with that, we go to Wrath.
Wilhelm sort of got this sense, but is there a sense that this is like the moth to a flame? Like they're coming after, they're gravitating towards this beacon?
Yes. Yes, because the damage to the apparatus, and it seems like the fact that you have also used delirium to repair it, has essentially the apparatus has cosmic shielding designed to prevent this kind of attention, and so your reckless use of this machine has attracted these creatures.
Don't shut it off though. You only get it once.
Okay, then I.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if you want to keep looking.
From it, though?
I don't know. We just found a wedge. I feel like there was more, because only one of our 3 investigations actually got determined. Am I reading that correctly? Like we determined what Wrath saw, but I had done a history check.
Correct.
I did
Yeah.
perception.
So there was still more information that
Yeah.
we could have got.
Yeah.
I'm going to fly out on my winged boots
Bye.
out the door,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm going to attempt to cast Hold Monster on the big tentacle one.
The big tentacle one? Okay. I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, DC 21.
I get a 13.
So he is paralyzed.
All right. It is paralyzed in midair. It's naturally buoyant, so it doesn't fall, but it stays in place.
That's where I want it.
Does it stay that way if I hit it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And every attack becomes a crit if you hit it.
Hold, stay there. And I'm gonna fly back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hide yourself.
All right. The other swarming creatures race into the tower in pursuit of Wrath. But they will all sort of pursue one of you at a time. As they do so, from their alien appendages, they launch a hail of barbed spines at each of you.
So is one gonna stay outside to attack Rudy?
Basically, they're flying up to the windows,
Oh, okay.
and then they're shooting spines through the windows at each of you.
Okay.
Yeah, and each of you get shot 3 times.
Oh,
Rudy,
gosh.
the highest is actually a 11.
Ooh.
Wilhelm, I get a crit and a 24.
Yep.
And Wrath,
Oh no.
I get a 21, a 23, and a 7.
So 2 hits.
So Wrath, you are hit twice, each for 10 damage. And Wilhelm, you are hit once for 10 and crit for 20.
And so I gotta make some con saves.
I need 2 con saves for Hold Monster, yeah.
Don't drop it.
So I got a 19 and a 18.
Okay, Hold Monster remains in place.
Ow! The barbs!
The barbs! The barbs!
I just patched these holes.
New holes.
Okay.
I should really get new robes.
Yeah.
With that, we go to the top of the round with Wilhelm.
All right. Wilhelm sees an opportunity here with Wrath. Even though he's getting pelted with barbs, he's focusing on holding the big dude. So Wilhelm runs out and leaps. Well, maybe not leap. Leaps up onto the battlement. So not
Give
onto
me an
the
acrobatics check.
It's okay. I'm good at acrobatics. That's going to be a 31.
Okay, I will let you attack this thing with a full advantage of it being paralyzed. Yeah.
All right. So leaping up onto the battlement so that I'm level with its paralyzed eye, I jam my moon-touched rapier into its flesh, getting a 23 to hit.
That is a hit, and thus it is paralyzed. This is turned into an automatic critical hit.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. With the sneak, right?
Yeah, so I have...
Yes.
Oh, this would go up, I think.
So you add one.
Yeah,
right?
AP6.
Yeah, so rapier with sneak attack. Okay, 55 plus 8.
Oh, yeah.
Is this in contention for a record hit?
Maybe.
On a 1 damage hit, yeah. I think this is like, for like a 1 hit, yeah.
I don't even know what the most is at this point. It must have been Pluto hit.
The Ignatius is pretty ruthless when it crits. But I think
62 plus 37?
So 92 plus 7.
99.
Right.
Oh.
99 damage.
99 damage. Reality buckles in on this creature as the puncturing wound punctures it, and it essentially implodes into a mini vortex, like with this sucking sound of like.
So, just to paint this image, because I'm having a good time here, as Rudy's chopping off tentacles and Wrath is focusing on keeping it in place, Wilhelm jumps up onto the battlements, dancing along them, Moon silhouetting him in the background as he drives his blade straight into the eyeball, and he lets out a Wilhelm scream as the creature wails and slowly implodes on his blade. And then he pulls his blade back. I don't know why he's sheathing it. He has to pull it out immediately. And hops off the battlement.
Anything else
So
you'd like
cool.
to do?
Yeah, there is.
Nice.
As I hop off the battlement next to Rudy, I turn to her and I'm like, that was pretty cool, eh? And I pull out my crossbow and I shoot at this one as well. Getting 17.
Also a hit.
Yeah.
It's a mighty fine footwork.
Oh, for a little bit. We got 6 damage.
Okay. Not quite, but 105 damage in one round is
It's very
pretty up there.
Especially
Pretty up there.
That was great. That was great. Nice job, Wilhelm.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on, I have my other cosmic horror is still active. Does its power recharge? It does not. So it just needs to use its raise. So it is going to target you all with the exact same raise that it did last time.
Can it get us on the other side?
It's going to fly around then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so it goes around
Yeah, it'll
here.
fly around to the other side so that it can get you all.
No.
Same saves as before. Are those all your lowest saving throws?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh,
Which
no.
one?
Mine are... I have much lower saving throw.
What is your much lower saving throw?
You would have to add... It's strength.
Oh, but I know that you were using strength on Wilhelm.
My strength is -1, my int is 0, and my dex is 2. Con is the mid, it's 3. Charisma's the highest, followed by wisdom.
Okay, well, I guess it's...
What's mine? Dex?
My lowest
yours
saving
is
throw.
dexterity. Yeah, you can do dexterity, and you can do strength.
I'm going to use a luck point.
Dexterity. Oh, no.
I'm going to use Indomitable, because that was only a 9.
What do we got?
11.
11?
Don't push me off the
11.
edge.
11? Okay. You both fail.
Oh, can I use
I'm
Indomitable
inside,
again?
at least.
Oh no, I must use the new roll.
Yeah.
Oh, it's worse than before.
You all fail. Rudy, you take 20 fire damage. You are set on fire. At the start of each of your turns, until you spend an action to put the fire out, you take D10 fire damage.
Okay.
Wilhelm, you take 14 force damage, and you are pushed 30 feet.
This way?
Yeah, directly away from it.
Yeah, but, I mean, there's walls, right? Right?
Yeah, you can give me a dexterity saving throw to catch the edge of the wall as you go flying off the top of the observatory.
22.
Okay.
Spider climb. My boots are spider climb. I go flying off the edge, and everybody, you just see Wilhelm go, ah! But he's sticking. He's sticking right there.
Yeah, you're sticking around. And Wrath, You take, I made you roll dexterity, right?
Yeah.
Take 28 necrotic damage.
I half it.
Okay.
And okay.
And that reduces your hit point maximum by that amount.
Oh, what?
You didn't like that.
I really like my hit points. Can I put minus 14 into max HP modifier and then I'd have it?
Surprisingly, there's no fire
Yeah,
or
it
on
was.
fire
Okay.
condition in D&D.
I know. I feel like there needs.
like, what?
Yeah, I know.
I was excited to press the
I
button.
feel like if I was, I actually have a video idea, and people can tell us. I feel like if I was rewriting, like I've been thinking about the conditions in D&D a lot lately, and like an on fire condition definitely needs to be like just a condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Imagine if you're like just at the top of your digital character sheet, there's just a flame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd look really cool.
All right. With that turnover, Rudy.
So everybody's where they're at, right?
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll put myself not on fire as an action.
Okay. As an
Smart.
action,
Smart.
you put the fire out.
And
but
then-
you do take damage at the start of the turn, so you do take 6 fire damage.
6 fire damage. So I pat down the fire. And I'm gonna
See, that's
use-
how you deal with ongoing damage that is slowly killing your character.
What is this?
Yeah.
Oh, the stab! Twist the knife!
Yeah. Ow. Ow.
That burned like the acid that killed me.
Not like the fire that's burning Rudy, though.
Ooh, it's
Yeah,
out
you should
now.
put it off. Yeah, shed the acid.
It's in the past.
And then I'm going to action
character.
surge and come over to this guy.
Yeah, get him.
The other big guy?
The other big guy.
Did you want to teleport as part of your action surge?
Yes, I do. Because I can do that.
Okay. So, if you're just attacking from the safety of the battlements, your attacks are with disadvantage.
Can I? What's the danger in getting closer? Could I fall off?
Yeah.
And what's the... No.
Rudy doesn't have anything that could save her, so she's gonna disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I don't. Oh, sorry. Although dying in Tear Haven would be the optimal place, you know, but no.
Yeah, we don't have to go far for the wake.
Double 9, so 17 to
Does hit.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah. Attacking out from the battlements, you slash into the creature's rubbery body.
26 damage.
Okay. It has been previously damaged as well.
That's a second crit that just turned into a 17.
Well, on the bright side, the blow still connects with its body.
It is good, yeah.
Woo!
That is 20 damage.
Okay.
And then 22 to hit.
Okay.
And that is another 20 damage.
Nice.
The eldritch forces anchoring this creature to this world are weakening as it begins to flutter and distort, but it still remains active. Wrath, it is your turn.
Actually, can I bonus action just second wind?
Yep.
I'm going to look out the battlements and shoot eldritch blasts at the tentacle creature.
Oh, the big tentacle creature?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they all kind of are tentacles. So it's kind of like
I have to be very
specifics matter here.
Yeah. Specifically the one that necrotically damaged
Yeah.
me. 28 to hit.
The eldritch blast crashes into the alien creature.
Yeah. 15 damage.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
It narrowly misses its fluttering form.
Okay. And then like a 32 to hit.
It had 1 hit point left.
For 15 damage.
So the final eldritch blast crashes into the creature, and it dissipates in a sparkle of stardust.
Oh.
How beautiful.
Love that.
And I'm gonna turn back to the crystal orb, and and frantically begin to scan again.
Okay. You continue scanning, and since you've already used your action to Eldritch Blast, we'll continue that later.
Yeah.
Okay. We go now to the little creatures who are once again going to, seeing that Wrath is the one controlling this, all of them are going to shoot all of their shots at Wrath. So you're going to get shot 9 times as these eldritch barbs pelt you from the windows. They go right up to the windows, and with their screeching and like some of them have like that weird like sort of what is that maw-like face of, what are those worm things? What are the, you know, the like the suckerfish worm things?
Like a leech?
Yes. They race up against the windows with their lamprey-like mouths, suckling and firing their barbs at you.
I'm gonna use on one of them. Can I use Entropic Ward?
Sure. So
you choose which one you want to roll
I
disadvantage.
get, do 16s hit?
They do.
Okay. 2 hits. 4 hits.
Oh,
This
no.
is the one with disadvantage. It misses. And 2 more. So 5 hits and a crit.
I think I'm dead.
How many hit points do you have currently?
67 hit points.
I do 70 damage to you total. So the
And
crit
is any
takes you
of
down.
it necrotic?
No,
psychic,
it's
or
all
radiant?
piercing damage.
Oh gosh.
But you just see, the two of you just see these creatures, and you just see all the bolts just pincushion Wrath, and he collapses to the ground.
Do I actually see it? Is there any windows on this side?
Yeah, there should be a window on every side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there
I'm
was,
over the side of
there
the
was
building, I don't
imagine
know.
there was one technically here that what he used earlier.
Oh, okay.
That creature.
Wilhelm, it is your turn.
I walk back up from the side of the building, thinking that everything's cool over here,
You
but
see
it's,
the door open and Wrath bleeding to death.
oh my god. I race into the room.
Don't pull them out. They're keeping everything apart. They're keeping everything together. Don't move any of them.
You're like bleeding on the ground. Actually, you're like pinned to the machine.
I'm really diligent at my work now for some
I
reason.
pull one of. Do you have any potions?
Probably. Yeah, I got greater healing potions.
I take one of your greater healing potions. I like tilt your head back. I pour it down your throat. And then I pull the ones out of your arms so that you can keep operating the machine. And I'm like, go, man. Keep observing. You're doing great. And then I'm going to try to like find cover, and I come kind of next to Rudy over here on this side.
Okay. All of you can roll me a d6. 2? Okay.
3.
Oh, sorry, d6. 3.
Okay. No more creatures appear. The big ones are destroyed, so Rudy, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna come around to the first one I see and start swinging. It's just regular this time, right?
Yeah, because they're on the balcony.
15 to hit.
That'll do it.
Okay, I'm gonna
These rubbery creatures do not have much in the way of armor.
Okay. I will roll the damage then. 22 damage.
Cool.
Oh! I got a crit.
Yeah, that's like 3 crits you've rolled tonight.
I know. Now that I can use it. Okay, so that's 32 damage.
The second blow crashes into the creature, cutting it in half, and the 2 pieces in a swirl go shwip, 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 pop.
That was amusing.
Where are these things from?
Why do they die so
Why did we summon them?
horribly?
Can I get around to the other one? I think.
I think you only moved. Okay, that was like 5, 10, 50. Yeah.
Okay. I got one more. One more. Huzzah! That is a 17 to hit.
Also hits, collides with it as
Don't-
you circumnavigate the tower. You crash into the side of the creature.
23 damage.
Don't
Great.
you get another one because you
It
killed something?
squeals. Yeah, you get.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me.
Keep killing. I don't want to get.
Crit! Yay! Okay. So
With fury in your eyes, despite the fact that it died in a really, really weird way, you're like, ah! You come around the corner, smash into the next one.
that's 23
Wow.
damage.
Is
Oh
that-
wait, no,
it's
that's
a crit.
not. Sorry, 35 5 damage.
So this one, as you crash into its body, sort of elastically bounces, and with a big boing noise, it sort of springs back out and then disappears.
These things are almost comical. I wonder what universe they're from.
Can you keep killing?
Right now?
Yeah.
Or just in general?
That was pretty good for damage on a turn. Like, that was over 100.
Yeah, that was like 120.
Nice job.
I love the noises they make.
I think the record is 199 by Pluto. The second highest is Sebastian with 198 right before he died.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rip. Well, with that, we go to Wrath. Blood oozes from your wounds.
I focus my attention on the lens.
All right. Focusing your attention on the lens, give me Arcana, Investigation, or Perception, whichever you wish.
I get a 19.
Zeroing in on the void, you see the signature of energy that you're looking for. You feel the reverberations of ancient draconic power and elven magic. A strong sense of the position of what you are looking for. You feel like you just need one more point of triangulation to know exactly where you need to go. With that, we go to the top of the creature. Unsatisfied with the fact that Wrath has now come back to life, it shoots Wrath again. Getting 2 hits for 10 damage each.
I collapse once more onto the crystal ball. I see it. Shook, shook.
And then it flutters off the balcony out of Rudy's reach. It's the top of the round. You can all roll me a d6.
5. Oh no, I don't know if that's good or
6.
sometimes higher is
I got a
always
6.
better.
Wilhelm?
Oh, come on.
You rolled a 1?
Yeah.
How did you know? Was it her reaction?
So, another strange creature appears. And
This is
it
why I
your
don't like
turn, Wilhelm.
science. You can't do science without
running
one
past the
party.
door, I call in. I'm like, Raph, keep triangulating. Whatever that means.
This is dead.
I read it in the book.
You look over, it's like, wow, he's really buried in his work.
He's like that. And it's just like, and I'm like, oh, he must be deep in magic. Oh wait, actually, okay. Where am I? I guess if I move, then I can't use... Okay, I was back here. Is there any way that without moving... I would have to move in order to see... Can I, without moving, see this guy?
Okay. You can try to do a bank shot through the windows, but I'll give it +5 AC.
But you could use steady aim to get advantage.
And then that way I get sneak attack if I hit it. So I'm going to try
You want to go for the trick shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
So... I yell in through the window. I'm like, Wrath, you're doing great. And then I try to aim through 2 windows at the new creature, or at this guy.
Yeah, it's like 2 windows and an arrow loop that you aim through.
That's going to be a 28.
You get it!
Nice.
So the arrow sails through the machine in the middle, through the 2 windows.
It sails through my mohawk.
Again.
I love monsters that shoot people. Like, ranged attacks are the best thing in D&D.
Oh, the barbs. I feel them. Like,
Yeah.
like little stingers.
That's going to be 26 damage.
All right, it screeches. But it's still alive.
It lives.
I can't bonus action shoot a second time. Oh no, I use my bonus action for setting it.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I press myself against the wall to try to avoid these creatures and hope that Wrath is okay, because I seemingly don't know he's dead.
Rudy, it's your turn.
And I see the other one flying away, and I'm like, oh no, you don't. fireball.
Oh, you're gonna fireball it.
Fireball it. Why not? Why
I have to
not?
make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
I get a 16.
Oh, yes, you 14 is the save. But still fire!
Fire burns.
Okay. 26 is the total. So
Okay, so half damage. So it actually does survive the fireball with a few hit points remaining, and it goes.
We gotta go to this dimension next.
Yeah.
This is a great dimension.
With that, Wrath, you're dying. Give me a death save, buddy.
Oh.
Watch me work my magic. I get a 5.
No.
No!
If
Failure.
Wrath dies, like
Failure.
I should have saved him. I thought I could kill it. I thought we could kill it.
I cough up a bunch of blood on top of the crystal ball.
I'm looking through the window and I'm like, oh, he's not working at all.
These
Lazy
arcane
bum.
creatures pelt Rudy with an array of their bizarre spikes from incomprehensible angles. Rudy, the highest of these shots is actually a 14 from the first one. And then the other one, the highest is only a 15.
I would have loved those. Those would have been nice.
Yeah. Well, Rudy also invests in her defenses and has a lot more hit points than you, so you know, you win some, you lose
They
some.
ping off my armor. You have no armor!
15s would have missed me. They would have been fine.
Wilhelm,
fine.
over to you.
Wilhelm, now realizing that Wrath is coughing blood onto the machine,
Get blood on the new machine.
That's not magic.
he races into the room.
He's not using magic.
It's not magic, that's blood!
Yeah.
Wait, is there blood magic? Oh, no, that's not blood magic.
This is different. This is a different type of blood magic.
I come in and I slap my hand on Wrath's shoulder. Wrath, moan once if you're dying.
It's the same pocket.
I pull out another potion, tilt his head back, pour it down his throat, pull the spikes out of his arms, put his hands on the orb. You got this, buddy! And I run back out.
Oh,
I am a scientist.
You can all roll a d6.
Oh!
I got a 6.
One!
1.
6. Wrath, we need a little bit more from you.
A new one of the larger creatures appears.
Wrath, you got this.
Rudy, it's your turn.
Alright, so I turn to the other two and I go, fireball!
As it appears, you fireball them again.
Yes. So, 14 dex.
They both fail, actually.
Nice.
Come on! Okay, so, 30. 30 fire damage.
All right. 30 for the first one, and the 30 for the other, which hasn't actually been wounded at all yet. So all of them are damaged, but yeah.
And...
Wrath, it is your turn.
Here is my question. If I cast invisibility on myself, is it an attack or a spell to use the globe?
No.
I cast invisibility on myself.
Good job.
Nice move.
And then I will continue to use
Cool.
the
It's an
orb next
action to
turn.
use the orb, but yes, this will keep you from getting shot by a lot of creatures. So their prime target out of reach. The smaller ones continue shooting Rudy. And a barrage of their spikes bounce off of the crenellated wall of the observatory, but none find purchase. The larger creature, another one summoned, or perhaps the same one as before, it is going to fire a ray. It is going to fire another fire ray at you, Rudy, and it's going to fire a repulsion ray at Wilhelm. It can't see you.
Can it
Wrath.
see me?
It's going to move so it can. So it'll move right up and over onto the building.
Here.
Yeah. And yeah. So I need strength and dexterity.
Dex?
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going to use Indomitable on that, because we can't get any lower than a 1.
I like that logic.
Okay, that's better.
that's
18.
nice.
Just 10 fire damage, you're not on fire.
Yay.
I get a 5, and I'm out of luck points.
All right, well, you get sent flying off the roof. You take 10 force damage, and I need a dexterity saving throw to catch yourself before you fall off the building. How you doing for hit points there, Willie?
Don't worry. 15.
You catch yourself barely.
Oh.
I'm like 1 foot.
Just one-handed, like...
Ooh.
And it is your turn.
Climbing back up, I guess, which counts as movement, meaning I don't get to use... Okay, I'm going to run back up.
Yep.
And same as before, I leap onto the battle.
Acrobatics.
That's going to be...
Remember, lower than 10 turns to 10.
Yeah, it's higher than 10. It's...
20 minus 1.
Yeah, sorry. 20, yeah. 34.
Oh!
And because it's just him and I...
You get advantage on the attack.
Oh, right, advantage on the attack. I have to attack.
Ooh.
That's going to be a 28 to hit.
Solid hit. And then, while he's doing that, I need you all to roll me a d6.
2.
5.
41 damage.
Okay, and your d6 result, please.
6.
No creatures appear
Oh.
this round.
Good news.
Wilhelm? Anything else, sir?
Yeah, I'm going to bonus action shoot him.
Okay.
Nice.
Getting a 16.
The arrow strikes into its rubbery hide.
And I'm going to do a nice little flip off of...
Rudy, you're on deck.
Since... Oh. That guy's near the edge, right?
Yeah, you could attack him with disadvantage, or unless you want to risk it.
Let's do it. No, we're not risking falling.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't count for anything.
Get him. Get him, Rudy.
Oh. That's a 27 to hit. That was a 19 out of 20 on the die.
Wow, so close.
You are on fire today. Those dice.
So that is
Wow, big hit.
29 damage.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. 12 to hit.
Not quite enough.
And then...
Oh!
So many 20s.
So many 20s on this one today.
Note to self, give Rudy disadvantage often.
Yeah. You've had like 5 or 6 20s.
It's 21 to hit still because I got a 13 on the other one.
Alrighty.
So.
Just in this combat.
That one brings it home.
Yeah, so 29 damage.
As you slash into the form of this creature, it's like a balloon getting slashed open, and it flies away going before, like, and then it peters out.
We seriously need to go visit this
We gotta
place.
go to this dimension. It's dangerous, but it's hilarious.
Okay, Wrath, it is your turn.
I continue to search the cosmos for the location of the Elven ruins.
Okay.
Arcana check, 16.
You suspect that you have found the location of Etheria. Triangulating it through the dark spot, there is again, with what you've traced, it seems like even the pathway now is clear to you that the dragon has tried to conceal the safest path forward towards it, and thus you are confident you know the location of the lost city.
Nice.
I frantically scribble it into the map, and then I'm going to... Can I shut off the beacon?
Yeah. I will say the last impression that you gain as the renewed energy of the system powers down. You feel nestled deep in the woodland's heart, that pulsating source of magic, the beacon against the mundane, masked over by the dragon's magic, but with an intensity that suggests a concentration of bewildering power. And you get this last impression of the subtle hints of elven architecture, marked by the old and their ancient enchantments, barely discernible against this overwhelming power of the dragon's lair and the great Evertree. That what you realize in this moment is that the canopy of the Evertree is so large that it covers over the forest itself like an umbrella. And that Wilhelm was correct, that you can see it from a distance. But it is so large that from a distance it just blends in with the rest of the forest.
I will never tell him that. I will never share this information.
Yeah, that it's so big, the branches are so large that from a distance, the branches literally look like trees.
Looks like a hill.
Wow.
Yeah.
Subtle genius. Yeah, he can never know. I will die with this secret. I'll give you props.
Wrath, shut it off.
And I slam the power down button, pull the lever, unflood it with magic.
As you shut the apparatus down, the remaining two creatures wink out of existence with that same like a TV being turned off.
Love it.
I exasperated. I sort of like the invisibility turns off, and I regroup.
Dude, you've got these thorns everywhere. How many of these hit you?
A lot, but Wilhelm, you were right.
I have this theory. Okay, listen. If you look out there, what if the whole forest? What if what if it's just like all the big tree? Okay, just hear me.
Gosh.
Hear me. I'm looking out there right now, and it just whoosh. See that? Do you see the? Whoosh? Do you see it?
Yeah.
What if?
I just see trees, to be honest.
I mean, it's just a theory. I'm sorry. You know, Wrath, you're probably right. I'm
gonna show them the map.
Oh, you found it.
And yeah, Wilhelm, your theory was correct. The tree is so large and massive that it acts as like a giant umbrella. It is that whole density of forest. And I'm just gonna kind of like gesture out into the darkness. Because it's pretty dark. I mean, it's starlight. Moonlight.
Yeah, it would be hard to tell at night. But
It's over there. It's kind of over.
To the west, like I said.
You're a secret genius.
It's not a secret.
And that's where we'll end for tonight. A big thank you, as always, to our incredible cast, Kelly, Jill, and Joe, for playing tonight.
And a huge thank you to Kyle for all of his amazing work behind the scenes. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle.
And big thank you to Monty Martin, our dungeon master,
that's so fun.
For running this tower of terror.
those noises of them going away.
Yeah,
Best.
that was great. And in our game tonight, we get to use a variety of incredible assets produced by talented artists. They have graciously given us permission to use them in our tabletop games, and we encourage you to go out and support some of these amazing creators. This wonderful tower by Dwarven Forge,
Yeah.
Miniatures by WizKids and Hero Forge. Player character artwork by Elizabeth Perot, and music by Tabletop Audio. Yeah, this is really cool. This is like an amazing tower.
Yeah, this is from their Castle Builder system.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, cool.
Of course, don't forget to look at the links below for our Teespring store. You can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dudes shirts, including Dusk Wardens or Shadows of Drakkenheim, the crew. Take a look at bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
Our videos and live streams are made possible because we have an incredible Patreon community that supports our channel. If you like what we do and want to join our Patreon and show your extra support for the show, it's hugely appreciated. It really makes a difference. Consider becoming a patron by following the links down below.
We also have a phenomenal Discord community exclusive for our patrons. So if you're joining us on Patreon, make sure to hop onto our Discord to chat with us about all things D&D, all things TTRPG, all things Drakkenheim, and anything else you want. You can also join in on writers' rooms, Q&As, and much more. So join us on Discord.
We also got tons of great content dropping all the time on our YouTube channel with advice for players and guides for GMs running their very own games of D&D, so check that out.
Be sure to join us next Tuesday when we broadcast the campaign on Twitch. Check us out from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube or check us out as an audio-only podcast.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time in Drakkenheim.